So now we are going to define the frame section properties. So activate here frame properties. In order to support the extreme end of the bridge, we should give the abutment. So abutment will always be the extreme support, and it is the main support of the bridge structure. So usually here it will going to run from this top of this deck up to this foundation, but here we are not going to do this complete this depth of the abutment is not modeled here. We are going to model only part of the abutment. Okay, so let us consider this abutment here. So let us say, so your abutment will going to come here. So you can just see here. So this is the abutment where your bridge is going to rest. Okay, so this is the abutment, and it will go like this. So it will go so below this foundation up to it may go up to 5 meter, 6 meter, wherever it is. But here we are not going to model this complete abutment. So let us consider this width of the abutment as 2 meters, and this overall depth of the abutment let us consider, so this as on 4 meter. Okay, like this we can able to consider. So that is one thing. So go here, define sections. You select concrete, select this, you define this is abutment. So abutment here you define nothing but a column. So abutment you go to here, the depth is you consider 4 meters, and width is you consider 2 meters, and you change the material as same 30. Okay, so you go to concrete reinforcement, you change to HYSD 550. Okay, you press OK. So this is how to define the abutment. So next you define the frame section properties. You define the cap bend. So cap bend is nothing but a lateral beams where it is going to support your girder, and those lateral beams nothing but it will also act as the cap for your pile, and you define the rectangle. It is a beam. Okay, this is cap bend. So approximate depth of the cap bend it should be 1.5 to 2 meters, and you give 2 meters, and width you can give as 1.5 meters, and again you choose M30 grade concrete. Here the properties of this cap bend, you should go here and you should select as beam here. It is not a column, it is a beam. Okay, so press OK. So once you define the cap bend, then pile, again you go for new properties. Now you select circular, and here the circular column, so column is 1.6, or you can give 1.5 to 1.6 meter. Okay, diameter of the column 1.5, and again you choose M30 concrete reinforcement, HYST bar, select columns, and press OK. So you can see here the various frame section property what you defined, it has been highlighted here: abutment, cap bend, and column of diameter 1.5. So next is you can able to define the we can, as usual we are going to define this diaphragm from the slab. If you take regular buildings, okay, multi-story buildings, we are having the slab also. So here also since there is a deck slab, we can able to assign the diaphragm also. Okay, so you go to components, you press item, select diaphragms, you select add new bridge diaphragm here. Okay, where this is the diaphragm, and it is the diaphragm thickness is you just keep it as a default, no need to change anything. The material is nothing but your concrete. Okay, you press OK. So once you do the all these properties and diaphragm, then we can go to deck section. You go to deck section, you can change, you can see this menu will go on changes every time. Once you are going to change this, like some material, you see it is going to change here, frame section. So every time these icons will going to change based on the options you are going to select. So here I have chosen the superstructure, that is deck section. None means you have not defined anything, and you go for here new add deck section. Here we are going to choose as a T-beam section. So in this T-beam section, if you see, you can just name this as a concrete, and slab material property you can change to M30. So girder material property is also M30. Number of interior girders, if you see, only one interior girders are there. So for this problem, there is only one interior girder. So you can just key 1. The total width of the girder is as per the problem. So if you see this, if you see the total is center between this is a 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 1.85 plus 1.85. The total is 8.7. Okay, total is, you see, total is 8.7 meter will come. The total depth, see, the total depth is including this depth of the slab and this depth of the beam. So in the previous problem, if you see the problem statement, the thickness of the slab, so what we have taken in that problem is 200 mm, and this depth of the web is 1400 mm. So here you can able to add this total depth as 1.4 plus 200, that is 1.6. you can able to add here. So next, slab thickness is 200.2. So next, if you see this horizontal, so fillet horizontal dimension data, so F1. So if you see F1, F2, F3, F4, so those F1, F2, F3, F4 you can able to see here. So here is F1, so F1, this is F3, okay, this is F2. So exterior is F1, F2, interior is F3, okay, and remaining all the flares which are there inside the intermediate girder, number of interior girders. For the interior girders, the fillet is F4. For the exterior, it is F1, F2, F3, F3. So here this is F1, this is F2, okay. So then this is F3, F3, and this is F4 and F4. But here we are not giving any flares for this option. So that's why we are going to make everything as 0. Okay, we make everything as 0 here. So once you are going to change this, you can able to see the variation here also. Okay. So next, fillet vertical dimension data. Fillet horizontal dimension data is this one, and fillet vertical dimension data also we are not going to give any vertical fillet also here. Okay, you can just give something as 0. And exterior girder data, exterior girder depth above the flare L3. So here if it is asking above the flare L3, and exterior girder flare depth L4, okay, here if you see, we are not going to give the flares like L4 and all. So the thickness is even, exterior girder thickness above the flare F3, and exterior girder text below the flare, everything is same. So according to the problem, the width of the girder what we have taken is 0.3. Okay, everything is 0.3. So flare depth, so actually this is You see this is 0.3. So everything will become 0.3 here. Okay. And here interior girder, so this also everything is 0.3. So everything is 0.3. Okay. So left overhang data. So left overhang data, if you see, this is L1. So L1 we have taken as in the problem. If you see, left overhang is 600. So not 600. If you take this entire this one, so 1.875. Okay, it is 1.85. So 1.85. So minus 150. Okay, that is 300.3 by 2. Okay, so 1.7. So 1.7. So total it will be 1.7 meter. The total overhang length is 1.7 meter. Okay, we just refer the left overhang outer thickness. It is also 0.2. So you can just cross check the data here. So 1.85 is the distance between the center of the exterior girder to the outermost. So that is 1.85. So minus 0.15. So that will be your overhang. Okay, you can just cross check with that overhang length. So then it is 1.7. Again it is 1.7 left overhang. This girder thickness is 0.2. So these are the different data we can able to input in this. You see the total is 8.7. Okay, you can just cross check once again. The total is 8.7. So 8.7 minus 0.6 curve is there. 0.6 minus 0.6, it is 7.5. So what we are given this data is the x, you can see here. So x is 0. So total 8.7. At this location x is 1.7. At the center it is 1.85. Okay, if you center it is 1.85. So what you inputted is correct. So this is the end of this session.